How's it going, guys? Today I wanted to discuss something called mind mapping, where basically what you do is you have a central topic and then you just branch out subtopics of that topic, and it's a way to organize your thoughts in a non-linear way. I've found it to work incredibly well with my thought process because I'm one of those guys whose their notebook is, it starts maybe as an order to-do list, but then it just kind of goes all over the place. You get these ideas and you think them in your brain, but then when you actually start creating them, and the first step is even just writing out the ideas, you realize where the holes are and you start getting side ideas and complementary ideas, and you just kind of plug it all in. So mind mapping is really great for that. Outside of your pen and paper, there are a few awesome softwares that will really help you to do that. So this video is a bit more about mind mapping itself, and the software I'm going to use to demonstrate this is a software I use called XMind. I've been using XMind now for a few months, and it's just super intuitive, super easy, and it's great to get your own thoughts in order. I'm gonna actually go out and try a few other mind mapping softwares, but XMind is honestly great for your own internal use. I've used it to plan so many things, so many projects, be them on the micro level or the macro level. So I'm just gonna dive into XMind now and kind of explain what I'm doing, both in the mind mapping process and on XMind. I opened up XMind here. It's just saying what's new. Latex equation, if you have complicated math equations that you want to put into your mind map. I'm not smart enough to need complicated math equations. Zen mode, I do use that sometimes. That basically makes us have a full screen mode so you don't see anything else on your desktop, and it just helps with your ADD-ness. Customized quick style, basically that's just saying you can change the colors and make your map look prettier. I do use that not only to make it look prettier, because sometimes I actually use these mind maps in presentations, be them for marketing, consulting, or what have you. And sometimes it's just nice to kind of color code your ideas and just do what makes sense for your own mind. Import from Word, I don't use that, but I guess maybe you could take an outline from a Word document and bring it into XMind. I actually export a lot of things from XMind into Google Docs, and they have a nice outliner function. So basically, let's get into it. I created this other desktop so that I could do screen recordings and you didn't have to see my clutter. I have to sign in. Success. Here you'll see that basically you have all sorts of templates. This is the classic look of a mind map. It's kind of like this map, this web, and it tends to start with a central theme, and then you have little topics that branch out from them. You can make relationships to that topic. You can, kind of summarize topics. You can make subtopics of the topics. So that's the mind map in general, and then they have some other ones here. They have logic charts, so this is a bit fanned out in four-way directions. Here's an org chart, so if you're trying to get your team in order or just kind of visualize the way something should be laid out in a top to bottom hierarchical structure, this is good. Tree chart, I've actually never used that one. Seems kind of like a one-line org chart, sure. Timeline, I do use that actually quite a bit. I think timeline and fishbone are kind of the same thing. Maybe I'm missing something here, but timeline, I use that a lot for organizing blog posts or organizing videos. This video I'm just doing off the cuff, as you can tell. Then here are just some matrix charts, which I'll use, but I use them more as a design tool as opposed to an ideation tool. Since this is about mind mapping, let's do a general mind map. I chose that second one more just because I like the color scheme. 3-step tutorial, sure, let's do it. Why not? Welcome to XMind. Let's select the central topic with a click and then press tab. So you do that, press tab, and it makes another topic off of it. Now it says press enter. Let's do that. So you've added a sibling topic. Sibling topics, I guess, mean topics that are at the same level. Now if you do space, you can type in new topic. Hooray, you did it. You're now free to create mind maps. Okay, that was kind of a weird tutorial in my opinion. But here's the thing, I'm not going to teach you so much of the key commands, because one thing I would say for most mind mapping software, particularly for XMind, it's pretty intuitive, and even if I press enter and I meant to press tab, I wanted this to be a subtopic, you just drag and drop, and there it is. You don't need to worry too much about how to literally do things. It's very, very intuitive. It's a drag and drop functionality. Sure, you get faster if you use tab and enter and space so that you auto type in, but you can also just click in. What you really need to do is know how to use these. So this central topic, let's say that this is a mind map for peer-through media in general. And I was kind of thinking about this, and I think of peer-through media as something where you create ideas, anything that goes into creating your idea. And that's from the ideation process all the way up to creating, releasing, and then monetizing. So I'd be like, all right, ideation is a big thing. And maybe if I wanted to do create ideas, you can even do like, I want to remember that that's what I'm working off of. So hashtag create ideas, but I'm like, okay, that's not really like a topic. That's more of a thing to remember. Just drag it up here and it becomes something called a floating topic. In a mind map, a floating topic is something that's semi unconnected, but you just keep it over there in the corner. So create ideas. Now peer through media, I wanted ideation. So an ideation phase, I'd probably go over things like using a mind map. Next would maybe be collaboration if you want to instantly tell your team. So this could be mind maps. Yeah, I'm adding another one here. By pressing enter, I could say project management software. And then if I want to like go further into that, I press tab again. Now I'm in another subtopic and I could be like, okay, like Jira, Trello, or this could even be communication softwares, which I could decide. Maybe I'm like Slack, that's a project management software. Or maybe what I'd do is I'd go back here, press enter, communication tools. And I think of Slack as more like that. And I think of email. So why I'm listing these out is because these are all ideas that I could do for blog posts, for videos. What is the best communication tool? And I could go over Slack, Telegram, email, things like that. I could go over project management softwares, mind maps. I could, go over XMind, Coggle, I believe is one. Bubble, Miro is one that I'm really looking forward to check out because that seems more like a collaboration tool along with a mind map. Mind maps, maybe I'm like make a video about the generals. Jeez. I have the MacBook 2016 and it's got the butterfly keyboard, but I do get that thing where the keys get stuck and it's about to be out of warranty. So I need to take it into the Mac store, even though it's 2020. Wow, how is it still under warranty? But they take your computer for 5 days and then they replace the keyboard. But I'm gonna do that. And what I'm gonna do is I might buy an iPad because this software, these mind mapping softwares work on iPads. This actually works on my phone too. So with XMind in particular, what you can do is you can save it to your iCloud. So file, save as, peer through. I'll make this a little bit more. Can I put it in the iCloud? Here it is in XMind. Save it, then I can open it up on my phone and I can do it by clicking around. I'm actually filming on my phone right now, so I can't click around and record at the same time. Anyway, as you see here, this is really just me putting down ideas. I could keep building out these, or I could keep going like ideation, collaboration. What's the next step? Creation, outsourcing. I'm a huge outsourcer. Fiverr, I love Fiverr. Marketing would be the next one. In my mind, it's really ideation, creation, marketing, and then monetization, which is something you kind of have to think about in the ideation phase. So I'm going to put a relationship. I have this ideation box highlighted. I'll do relationship and I'm going to bring it over here to monetization, and then I can change the way that arrow looks, and then I can even type this in. Remember to think about monetization when ideating. Let's say you wanted to fence something in, so let's like hold shift, get all these and do a boundary. And that, so this is all fenced in, and that's maybe because I want to remember that this is all like the 3 things I want to do for mind mapping. You can also put in icons, so you can do priorities here. If I want to make this priority number 1, I just add it in. If I want to say, I'm currently filming this video, so maybe it's this far done in progress. There's our stickers, markers, and then format. This is if I want to change the font, the border color. Let me just make this green. The fill is gray, but maybe it's blue. You can change the way things branch out from it. Maybe I want it more to look like that. You can have the line be thicker. You can do all sorts of stuff. You can make these really look nice for your own mind and also to create a presentation. Now I'm going to show you perhaps the best thing I like about mind mapping. So mind mapping really works with my brain. I just find that I like thinking of things in a nonlinear fashion and kind of making those relations and getting my ideas out. And then I really like using a software because one, it's just more organized. You lose notebooks and what have you, and you can use this across your devices. But also, this is called the outliner tool. And what this essentially does is it takes your topics and it breaks them down into like headings in an outliner. So here we have the main topic, peer through media, then we have ideation, collaboration, creation, main topic, marketing, monetization. Here's the floating topics, and then here are all the topics underneath it. This works really well when you do what I showed you earlier, one of those linear mind maps. And what's really nice is if I'm doing a blog post, let's say I want to write something about XMind, what I can actually do is go here go into notes, and then just be like, XMind is a software that is incredibly useful to draft blog posts. It helps you get your main structure in order, and then you can add notes in that would be the body of your paragraphs. There, now I have a note there. And it looks very clean in the mind map itself. But when you go back over to the outliner, boom, now you have it here. So if I were to fill out, say, like 3-4 paragraphs for each of these, little topics that I set up, then I could kind of take these and I can either just copy them and paste them into a Google Doc or into my WordPress backend, whatever you have, or I can take this and make a PDF, make it in an Excel file, what have you. So I just find it super helpful. I find this easier than a blank page because you kind of have those templates, and then you can just put in huge topics, and then you can kind of move them around, because maybe if you're like, monetization actually isn't a relationship, it needs to be under ideation. Boom. These are kind of living documents that I play around with, and XMind is so intuitive. You don't need much time learning how to use it. It's more you need time just kind of like seeing if it works with your mind and organizing your thoughts. And what's nice is it's just so flexible. XMind, I believe, is $59.99. I'll also check that and put it somewhere in the subtitles. Check out XMind in the description, subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to try to make more of these videos, and I hope you really enjoy them. All right, just get out there and create your idea, make it into a reality. Bye.